As everyone across the South Plains was keeping track of all the scores Friday night, one that became compelling very quickly was Smyer's game against Sundown. For a time there, the Roughnecks had this one. It was 20-3 heading into the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden you sort of see a comeback from Smyer. We're going to go through all that film tonight. I'm Phil Torino. We're pleased to be joined by Smyer coach Rick Price, and thank you very much for the time, Rick.
You bet. It's good to see you.
Certainly. We're going to pick up this game now. Right now, Smyer is down by 17 points, trailing Sundown, and the comeback sort of begins now. We're going to take you through all of the plays in that fourth quarter. So let's start it.
There you go. At this point, it's 20-3. We had just stopped them on a fourth down drive, and on a fourth down, they had tried it, and we come out. We try to out and go to our Braden Shaw there, and basically they weren't fooled at all, and they intercepted it. But Braden takes the ball away from the Sundown kid and goes in. The funny thing is, that's the second week in a row he's done that. He did that to a Plains kid also. So that's 2 weeks in a row he's done that. So
let's run that back, because I think people may have missed that being taken away.
You know, it's out and go, and the safety's on top. I mean, he sees it all the way. They're not fooled at all. Braden runs it out, and then he turns up the field, and we don't quite get the ball deep enough. The Sundown kid picks it off. Braden takes it from him, and then runs in. So this makes it 20-9. There's about 7 minutes left in the game right here in the fourth quarter. So you know, that made it interesting. You know, it made you feel like, you know, maybe something could happen. So we go for the extra point here, and we don't get this, and so that makes it 20-9.
Okay.
We're going to kick off. We try a pooch kick, and our kicker Adrian Mojica does a really good job with the pooch. He gets it really high. It goes about 11 yards, but they fair catch, and they handled it pretty well. Sundown handled that pretty well.
Is that the area you try with a kick like that? Is this where you want him to put it?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically an onside kick. It's just in the air, but their kid, I mean, he fair caught the ball. So here we one thing that really helped us in our comeback was our defensive coordinator, Scott Royal, made a good adjustment defensively. I think maybe caught Sundown a little bit unawares. We'd been playing odd front really all season. We hadn't shown much of our even front stuff, and then here in the second half against them, we switched over to an even front, and we were able to kind of snuff out their run game a little bit, because they had pretty good success running the ball against us earlier in the game, but I think switching fronts threw them for a loop here. So it's like it'd be third down coming up. Well, this is fourth right here. This is fourth down play. Force man comes up, turns it up inside quickly. We're there. I think we're about 1.5 yards short on that, so it's our ball again.
So this is first play, you're down 11 now. First play comeback offense.
20-9, and we're down 11, and run a little jet sweep, pick up about 11, 12 yards. Had open man, overthrew him there.
Okay. Is that a look you show a lot with the three wideouts there, or is it because you're trailing?
It is, and the interesting thing about number 80 here, you know, a few weeks ago he was a lineman for us, and and we and in that playing that spot at this split end spot was the guy that's playing quarterback now. And there's our tailback there. That's Shane Weisner. He was our quarterback. We might back that one up again and show that.
Yeah.
Shane was our quarterback early in the season, but we had so many injuries in the backfield that we had to make him our full-time running back, and we put Ty Lozano, who was our split end, at quarterback, and he's been doing a great job. And then we had to put a guy that previously had been a lineman out there at the X spot, so at the split end, and he had 9 catches against Sundown. So that's pretty good for you know, transition lineman.
So
we did have a penalty. I might pause that. We did have a penalty. We got unsportsmanlike because he pointed at the kid when he went in to score there, which was you know, not the smartest thing that kid's ever done. But Sundown had an interesting choice that made it 20-15. They could have taken the 15-yarder on the PAT, or they could have taken it on the kickoff, which, you know, field position was pretty big. But also, you know, I think he didn't want us to get to 17. He wanted to make sure we field goal wouldn't tie him,
right?
Because we'd kicked a field goal earlier in the game, And I think he wanted, so it's kind of an interesting decision on
Okay.
his part. And I get it. I mean, there's both sides to that debate, but, you know, both things were important. He didn't want to get it where a field goal would time. And he also, you know, had to weigh that against, you know, field position and everything. So we ran the fake PAT, and then we came up just short. So it's 20-15 now. Yeah,
There's that play. Okay. It stays alive for a long time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, our cameraman might have been fooled on that. I think he was expecting a kick. So when this time we put the onside on the ground, we attempt another onside. We don't get it either. But Adrian again does a really good job. He puts the ball on the ground. It goes the right distance, but they have a kid do a pretty good job handling this too. Kind of get that high bounce.
Right. Takes it and goes right down.
So Sundown gets the ball here. They're basically, you know, I don't believe they get a first down really in the fourth quarter. There's number 80, Mike Drake, the transition lineman. He's also one of our top tacklers at linebacker. He stunted in there. Their option game had hurt us some earlier. We had guys taking quarterback that shouldn't have. So, but that right there, that was a good job. We had everything covered there. We had the dive covered. We had the quarterback covered and the pitch man. Try another option loop. So now it's going to be 4th and about 7. They're going to line up in a real funky punt set here, and I didn't know if he was going to actually punt the ball or not, because they actually do end up calling timeout here, and
okay.
I didn't really believe he was going to punt, so we didn't even put anybody back. We put 11 up. We just played defense right here, and of course he does punt, and they pin us pretty deep.
They have the punter here.
No, the punter, he's
he's back.
Behind. He's back. But it's those guys all spread out up front, you know, kind of like what a lot of the colleges are doing now. I didn't have a deep man back there to field that, so they pin us on about the 15.
Okay.
With about 1:40 to go.
You're down 5 presently.
And we're down 5. We're down 5. Again, this is Ty Lozano, our new quarterback, throwing to his little brother, the freshman, who was the JV quarterback. And that's Braxton Lozano. Braxton had about 5 catches in the game for about 80 yards, so
Okay.
that's pretty good production for a freshman. Again, we've had kids moving around from positions, you know. This was near disaster.
Yeah.
They,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, no, they blew that dead. They said he was down. They said his forward progress was stopped. That would have been the game right there.
Could you see that from your vantage point when he let that go?
Well, I felt like he was in the grasp or whatever they call it. They whistled it dead, so I heard the whistle. They kind of caught the DB kind of climbing her back a little bit right there. So it wasn't many yards. You know, you get it at the spot, but it was a fresh set of downs, so that's what we're excited about. And that play right there is really the one that gave us a chance to win the game. And if you would back that one up, I'll show you something interesting about this. They were pretty worried about number 80 on the dig route, because we played a lot of passes to him already.
Okay.
And the safety came up, and Adrian got behind the safety, and that was a big play for us. That gives us a chance. So we have to run up here. I'm out of timeouts, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. With
No,
85 yards to go and 1:40 and no timeouts. So we're going to have to run up here and clock it.
Mm-hmm. So what are you in the 30-second range right now? 40 seconds?
Yeah, probably so. So we clocked it once, and then we throw an incompletion. So it's 3rd down already. I mean, that's kind of the bad side of that clocking it business. Ty got in trouble and he flipped it out to Shane Wisner. Shane gets about half the yardage we need, so it's going to be about 4th and 4, 4th and 5.
Did you want him to get out there?
You know, we run a drill that's like that. If Ty gets in real bad trouble, then Shane is supposed to be setting up, you know, kind of as an outlet there. That's not the play we want to run in that situation with no timeouts, but, you know, it's an emergency deal. It's an emergency outlet. And I believe Ty right here finds his little brother again. And he makes a great catch.
That's down about the 5?
That's about the 5-yard line, yeah. We had to clock it again. At this point, I think there's like 13 seconds left. I believe we're going to get another pass interference in the end zone. So
yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, so that's in the end zone. So we get the ball on the 2, and there's 9 seconds left, and we throw a little slip screen out here to Mike, the converted lineman. So we throw him that, and we tell him to run over that corner, and he gets it done.
And he's in there.
And that made it 21-20. And then, you know, I didn't want field goal to beat me either, so we go for 2. We just hand it off to Shane Wisner. And at this point, there's 2 seconds left on the clock, so, you know, really what we're thinking is, you know, what kind of kickoff gets us beat and what kind of kickoff doesn't get us beat. So we just kind of squib it. We say, you know, pick out a lineman and kick it at him on the ground and hope that he touches it. So he picked a lineman type. It hits him in the hands. Clock starts, and by the time we get him down, game's over.
And that's it.
And that's the ball game.
Wow.
So, you know, that all was a lot to have go right in a short amount of time. But, you know, earlier in the game, we had moved the ball fairly well, but we just weren't finishing those drives. And I think in the second half of the fourth quarter, I mean, that's what we were able to get. We were able to get some possessions finished off and in the end zone. So it seems kind of weird, but at the same time, you know, I feel like with the defensive adjustments we made, it kind of really helped as far as stopping what they're trying to do and then finishing off the drives.
The main piece of this varsity team, have these kids been involved in a comeback like this? Because 17 points in the fourth quarter to be down midway through that period is very tough.
I've been coaching 32 years, and there's only been one I would compare it to. I mean, once upon a time, I mean, we were down 28-0, and we came back and won 34-28. But that did occur over a longer period of time. That occurred over a half. You know, that started before halftime. And to have it this condensed, to have 20 points and outscore somebody 20-0 in the last 7 minutes of a game, that's pretty rare. And I've been around a while.
Are they still grinning about it?
Well, no, I'm not letting them. You know, I told them they could enjoy that Saturday and Sunday, but on Monday we've got to move ahead. I mean, you know, one of the things about the story of this team is, you know, we started non-district with 6 non-district games. We were 0-6, and we've been playing pretty good defense, but we've been searching for an identity offensively, and you know, I think through injuries we've kind of got people in the right spot now that we're able to be more productive. But you know, what does any coach say to a team that's 0-6? You go into the district, you tell them, you know, we're 0-0, and we're going to try to get to 1-0. So that's what we worked on. We worked on getting to 1-0, and we got that done. Then we worked on getting 2-0, and we got that done. So now, naturally, you can probably predict what I'm telling them this week.
Yep.
We're trying to get to 3-0. That's all we care about. And, you know, we started that Monday afternoon, and so we're not really talking a whole lot about the sundown game this week. You know, we're already on to Morton because if we can get to 3-0, that's going to be huge in our district.
Gotcha. Folks, there you have it. All the footage from the Smyer comeback against Sundown. Really compelling stuff there. Once again, being down 17 points about midway through the fourth. Smyer coach Rick Price, thanks very much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking about it. But
certainly.
And again, I'm not letting the kids talk about it this week, but it's fun to watch, and I'm sure that, you know, we'll be able to watch it later in the year and really enjoy it.
I'm sure everyone's been grabbing them around town as well, trying to talk about it, so they probably can't help it at this point.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Definitely. Thanks very much for watching. This is the Lone Star Varsity Coaches Show. Thank you.